School's starting up again, so let's get 5 breakfast meal prepped and ready to go for quicker, easier mornings during the school year. Hello friends, and welcome back to Joyful Half Acre. I'm Kim, and last year was the first year all my kids were in school. I had homeschooled them before that for a few years, my younger ones, so just my older ones were in school, and I got in a terrible habit last year when I sent my kids all to school of every morning I ended up fixing 4 separate breakfasts. They would each come in and say, oh, I want this, I want that, and it always was 4 separate things. And then I would fix 4 separate lunches for them because they take their lunch every day to school since some of them have dietary issues. And that was exhausting. Every morning, 4 separate breakfasts, 4 separate lunches, and it was just too much. This year, I am streamlining the process and everybody's gonna get the same thing. So each morning, we will have a pre-made breakfast that I can just get out of the freezer, heat up, get it out maybe the night before, and just warm it up the next day. That's my goal. And so today I am going to be meal prepping 5 separate breakfasts. I have figured out, I think, 12 different breakfasts that we can have, and I'll let you know what those are as we're going here. And so 5 of them need prepped ahead of time. I'm gonna start off making pancakes. These are keto and gluten-free. I use almond flour, baking powder, vanilla, salt, eggs, almond milk, and the butter, and that's it. The original recipe, which I'll write in the description box below, is for a smaller batch, obviously. And for my family, we obviously need more because there are 7 of us living at home, so I gotta make enough for 7 of us. I am using 3 cups almond flour, 6 eggs, because I'm tripling it, a cup of almond milk, let's see, and baking powder, 6 teaspoons, which I really should have just grabbed a tablespoon because that would have been 2 tablespoons, but I like to do things the hard way. I had to refill my jar. I always buy my stuff at the Dutchman store, and I had to refill this. That's all my videos, my discount Amish grocery haul videos. So we just take them from those little plastic containers and put them in little jars. That was 4, right? I think that was 4. I made it once with baking soda, and yeah, don't ever do that. That was not good. So 3 pinches of salt, and the melted butter, I already melted that, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And then to cook them, I'm just gonna use this little mini griddle and put, oh, what, about a 1/4 cup maybe, 1/2 cup, I'm not sure. I realize this is the longest way I can make these because I'm doing one at a time. It takes forever, but it's also very easy to just use this little griddle and just throw it in there and wait. I made it, the last time I made them, I used a cookie sheet and made sheet pan pancakes, stuck it in the oven, worked great. I loved it, didn't take as long, didn't even have to think about it, but my family, some of them are picky, and the littler ones didn't necessarily like rectangle or square pancakes. They said it was just weird. So since I have time today and I can just do this while I'm doing other things, baking and in here anyway, I'm going to take the time and make them circles. Next up is granola. I really enjoy this granola. It is gluten-free, just oats and seeds and other stuff and all. So I really enjoy it. Some of the kids like it. I'm hoping, since the kids will only have one option for breakfast, that they will definitely eat this. I'm going to be doing a 1.5 batch, I think, of what my recipe is, and I will write the recipe below. I changed up what I'm going to do, actually. I've got my recipe here. I actually have 4 cups of oats in here and 4 in here because I'm going to do a regular recipe that I have, and then in this one I'm going to eliminate the nuts and stuff and instead add peanut butter. So I have a peanut butter granola and a regular granola with the nuts and seeds. So 4 cups of oats in each. Still going on my pancakes. And I've got 1/4 cup coconut oil, 1/4 cup honey in here, and I just mix this up and then add it to my oats and stir that up, and then we add a couple other ingredients to that. I'll show you. For my other batch, I'm going to use this, but throw a 1/4 cup of peanut butter in here, or maybe a little more, so that it will be peanut butter. Before I put that oil and honey in here that's heated up and mixed together, it's 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. I think I will put that in both of them. And then pinch of salt. And the nuts and raisins and seeds go in after it's cooked. I like to put them in about the end of the cooking time so they get a little bit heated up with the other and roasted, but not for the whole time. And this bakes for 30 minutes on 350, so we don't want the nuts in there the whole time. I've tried that before and they kind of got burnt. I am going to put, it says put the coconut in now, 1 cup coconut, if I can get it open, or a little more, because you know coconut is really good. And this is unsweetened coconut flakes. Stir that in, and then we stir in the good coconut oil and honey. Now I will put these, the peanut butter and the regular one, in the oven on 350, and I will stir them a couple times during. It is nice if you can like use 2 cookie sheets per recipe, then it wouldn't be this thick and you wouldn't have to stir it as much. But since I'm wanting to do 2 batches at once, I'm just going to stir it a little bit more. If you can see the outside edges are starting to get dark. This one I've already stirred. Next recipe, while I'm trying to finish the granola and the pancakes, working on both of them, let's start a third. Now I'm going to do some oatmeal packets. I've never done this before, but I thought it'd be good to just mix up some oatmeal with some cinnamon, sugar, dried fruits and stuff, and have them prepackaged. That way in the mornings we can just dump it into a bowl, add some milk, and go. 8 cups of oatmeal in here. I figure that will make 8 baggies worth of individual portioned oatmeal. I'm going to put a pinch of salt, some cinnamon, sugar, and I'm going to use both organic cane sugar and organic coconut sugar. I like to use a combination of both. Pure coconut sugar, it just isn't quite right for me. I just don't like it quite as much. But so I'm going to use the organic cane sugar also. Probably a couple tablespoons of cinnamon, maybe a cup of sugar. So we'll do half coconut and half organic cane. I should have used a bigger bowl. A lot of my big bowls right now are full of tomatoes in my refrigerator because the neighbor, who is just wonderful, gave us a 5-gallon bucket worth of tomatoes. So I started processing them the other day, but I don't have them quite made into salsa yet. So I have bowls full of tomatoes that are cored and peeled in my refrigerator that are waiting to be diced and made into salsa. Then I'm just going to pre-package a cup, maybe a heaping cup, in each baggie and seal this up. Obviously I have my recipe off because this is a little dark and it was only in there for maybe 20 minutes. So I would say 20 minutes tops would be what this cooks for, but it's not like burnt. It'll be okay. It calls for a cup of nuts and seeds. I am out of a few things, so I have pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, and walnuts. So that's what I'm gonna dump on there. Then it also calls for raisins, and this is all I have left. So I will put that on there and stir it up, but once I buy more raisins, we can just throw them on it while we're eating it. And this one is done. It just needs to cool, and I'll put it in jars and put it in the refrigerator. That way it will last. It would be fine just on the counter as long as you're going to use it within, you know, a fairly short amount of time. But since I made so much and I want this to last a couple weeks, this will go in the refrigerator. My oatmeal prepackaged baggies are done, and it made 9 of them because, well, 8 cups oats, but then when you add in a cup of sugar and the cinnamon, then of course it makes more. So I've got 9 prepackaged baggies of those ready to go for easy mornings. And I will throw the dried fruit in there when I buy it tonight. But that'll be easy to just throw in there. And this recipe is going to make 12, I think, when I'm done, which means it will last a little over 1 week, because if my 4 kids, I figured it up, and they would probably eat 7 pancakes for a meal, so that's 14. So this won't quite make it 2 weeks. That's okay. I can easily make another batch. Next up, I'm making some breakfast sandwiches, and that's why I need the bacon. This will go on them, and I'm going to make them a little different. We try to do everything gluten-free and or keto here, because one of my sons is on keto, and myself and one of my children definitely needs gluten-free foods. So we try to do most things keto or gluten-free. And so this breakfast sandwiches, I can't just use regular buns. So I'm going to use, it's a roll recipe that I found that we really like. And I'm going to try to make them and just flatten them down to hopefully have a good bun for the breakfast sandwiches. We'll see. Before I finish making the rest of those breakfast sandwiches, I'm going to make sausage cream cheese pinwheels. I made these once before and my family loved them. Actually, one of my children came in and said, "Are you making that?" Yeah, but it's for meal prep, so not for now. Okay, I've got the mozzarella cheese and the cream cheese melted together for the sausage cream cheese pinwheels. And then I need 1.5 cups of almond flour, because I'm doubling this. So that's why it will be double from the recipe I write down there. And then 1/4 cup of golden flaxseed. And I'll mix this up, and then I will roll it out. I've also got the sausage and cream cheese mixture already ready. I should have more sausage in there, but that's what I had as leftovers in my fridge. So that's what we're going to use this time. And I decided, since I have less sausage, I'm going to throw in some eggs too. Got it all rolled out. Here, back up a little so you can see. I've got a small added bit of difficulty because the kids hollered family hot lava. So I'm standing on a towel. Oh, hi kitty. But I got it rolled out, even with that small added difficulty. Next, we will put the cream cheese mixture on and the eggs. I really should have made a whole lot more sausage, but this will work since I'm doing the egg also. Alright, I got the eggs on also, and now I'm going to roll it up. And I did make sure I put almond flour down on my counter so it wouldn't stick. The instructions actually say to put parchment paper down, and I think I did that the last time I did it, and that worked well also. But this worked also, just doing almond flour. So either way you would want to do it would work. This is coming together pretty good. Slice them in about 1-inch slices and put them on my cookie sheets. I am doing an experiment. I'm not sure if parchment paper or aluminum foil will do better. I know parchment paper, it's healthier to cook on that, then you don't have the aluminum, but sometimes you gotta use the aluminum foil just for a better bake on things. So we'll see. If the parchment paper does fine, then next time I'll be sure to just use parchment paper. They cook for 12 to 15 minutes on 400 degrees. And they're done. And the aluminum foil, ooh, that one cooked it a lot. Oh, and these are maybe a little lighter. So maybe I like the parchment better anyway than the aluminum foil. Oh yeah, and these stuck more, so I'll definitely be using the parchment paper next time. And I'm getting my cream cheese and cheese melted for my next recipe. So that I'm melting to make these keto garlic knots. And I'm going to make them kind of flatten them out and make them into buns, I'm hoping. We found this recipe in the Hy-Vee ad, actually. If you're from the Midwest, you know of Hy-Vee, our grocery store here locally, and it's popular all over the Midwest. I wonder how far it does go, you know, east and west. I'm not sure what the reach of Hy-Vee is, but anyway, it was in one of their books that they send out, and it's really good. It's keto, and we've made the rolls. We don't ever really make them into garlic knots. That just takes too much time for me. We did the first time, and then we realized, well, it tastes the same if you just make them into like rolls. So I'm gonna make these, flatten them out. Hopefully I can slice them then and use them as the breading for my breakfast sandwiches. Okay, I turned off the heat, and into this goes 4 eggs and 4 cups almond flour. And then I'll get that mixed up, and trying to do it one-handed. I see other YouTubers doing it one-handed. I am not that good. I almost forgot the 2 teaspoons baking soda. So I'll get that added in there too. And then I'll stir this up. All right, this is not necessarily my favorite job because it's cheese and it's sticky and it's messy. Okay, the topping for these garlic cheese knots, keto garlic knots, I guess is what they're called, is butter, 2 tablespoons, so I have 4 because I doubled the batch, 2 tablespoons bottled minced garlic, teaspoon of Parmesan cheese, a half teaspoon of chopped fresh thyme. Well, I don't have, well, actually I do have fresh minced garlic, but I don't want to mince it right now. So I'm just going to do, and I also don't have fresh thyme, so I'm going to do a half teaspoon of this ground up thyme and probably a teaspoon of garlic salt. I'm also starting to make eggs because the breakfast sandwiches are going to have eggs and bacon in them. And the rolls are done, and I put the butter mixture on top with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and they look delicious. These I sliced so they are cut in half so that I can make sandwiches out of them. I realized I should not have flattened them down. I should have just made them into rolls like these ones, because that would have been perfect to slice. These are a little thin, but it'll work for this time. I'll know next time, leave them as rolls. They will be perfect size. I'm still cooking my eggs here on my 3rd batch. Yes, I like to eat them a little darker. I know most people like them a little lighter, but I like them darker. I'm ready to make my sandwiches, and yes, I'm sitting on the floor because my children stole all my chairs to make a fort in the other room, which I'm fine with, but then I needed a chair and don't have one, so I am kneeling on the floor to make these, but it works. I'm just going to put an egg and a couple pieces of bacon, which I baked earlier, on each of these sandwiches, and I think that's going to be delicious. See, isn't that so yummy looking? And we're done. I've got granola, oatmeal packets, pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, 2 meals worth, and sausage, egg, cheese, cream cheese pinwheels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we'll say, plus 2 here, 8, plus probably 4 here, 12 meals. Right here, 12 breakfasts. I am set. So my meals, when school starts, well, starting next week, we're going to do Monday will be either granola, which we have made, or peanut butter and jelly. We're going to do, I have a 2-week plan. So 1 week it'll be granola, the next week PB&J, and then rotate from there. Tuesdays will be just regular eggs or breakfast burritos, and that I can whip up real quick the day of. Eggs don't take long at all. Wednesday, pancakes or French toast, and I should have made French toast ahead, but I don't have the keto bread and I don't have enough gluten-free bread right now, so probably the first time we have that, I will double it. That way I have extra for the next few times. Thursdays will be smoothies or oatmeal. I have the oatmeal done. Smoothies are real easy to whip up, and I can't really make those ahead. And Fridays will be the breakfast sandwiches or the sausage cream cheese pinwheels, which actually I just realized that means this is 4 weeks worth, but in the freezer, it will last. So I don't have to do it as often, which is really nice. This gives me probably a month's worth of this stuff, and then mixed in with the other stuff that I have to make as we're doing it each week. Yeah, this makes me very happy. The kids will eat healthy, and we will be able to get out the door much quicker in the morning. I take all my kids to school, so the younger 4. I have 6 kids. The younger 4 are still in school. We've got 11th grade, 7th grade, 4th, and 1st grades this year. And I am a full-time college student, so my classes start on Monday also. So this is going to be really nice. Plus I work part-time and volunteer in the church and do many, many, many other things. So as a mother, you all know the things on your plate just tend to pile up. So this is going to be great. So thanks for watching today, friends. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel and continue to join me in this joy-filled life. Thanks. Bye.